Hi, welcome to Mural training session. So in this session, I'll be explaining about the basic feature of murals and also uh, basic elements of the canvas, of what to be included on the canvas and how you can fill in your information on this canvas. So the first session, I'll be talking about the basic feature of this platform. So basically, this is what you will see when you click on the link that I share with you on emails. Okay, so on this canvas, there will be the feature here on the top and the feature here on the left-hand side. So the feature here on the top is actually basic elements of the platform. So let me start from here. So this is the chat option. So for example, if you are online and you can find your colleagues here as well who is online, if you have any question that something is not clear on the platform, you can also ask the person directly here. But at the moment, it's only me online, so not sure how to show this, but we can try later when there's many people online. And this option is comment. You can comment on anything. For example, if you are having questions about transportation, you can also click here and add some comment, and you can say what are the process, for example, and you can send, and then you can see the comments here. I will show. You can also unlock the comment by hitting right click. Or delete the comments if you want to. And this option will show you the activities of what has been added and what has been deleted. So for example, if you want to see, okay, so what kind of information that has been filled in to this canvas, you can also look at this option and see. For example, I was playing around with it earlier this morning and I was deleted some. And then Bipapon has entered some information here yesterday. So you can also see what she's been working on. And this option is the finding option. So you can also, for example, if you want to look for a particular contents on this canvas, you can also type here as well. For example, if I'm looking for the word borders or anything that is related to borders, then you can see the information that's appear on the canvas here. Okay. So here's the export option. So if you would like to share this canvas in PDF or in PNG, you can also do it as well. But if in case the file is too big, because you know sometimes we put lots of photo in here, we can also export it in zip, and then the file will be a little bit smaller. And if you want to share this link with other person as well, you can also do it by clicking this option, and then you can type the email here, or if you want it to be, if you want to share with other person who is not working in the same organization, you can also just copy the link and send it to them. I think if I were you, I would like to do this option because it's easier. And then this is for facilitators. For example, in this case, I am the facilitators. And I can also see the members here as well. I think it will show on your screen as well if you are online. Okay, so that's pretty much the option here. It's a basic option. Now we can take a look at this options on the left-hand side. So this is actually the key option that you can play around with it when you are working on this canvas. So here is text, where you can add your own sticky note. So there's 3 types of sticky note, as you can see here. So for example, you would like to put some information on the canvas. Let's say here, you can choose the colors. Go with this color then. And then if it's too small, you can also make it a little bit bigger. and then you can move around with this. So for example, if you would like to some information about the testing centers, this is the shortcuts. You can zoom in, and if you want to add your text, you can just right click and then put edit, and then you can type something here. For example, let's say what is going on in the testing center. So maybe people have to wait for hours to do Q&A, for example. So this is the question. This is just the some simple word that I would like to put on. Doesn't have to be this way. So here we go. If you want to take it out, you can just click backspace and it will be gone. If you want to see what has been deleted, you can also look at the activities here. Okay. All right. So that is the first kind of option that you can play with. And the second option is this shape connector. So for example, you can see here I put the arrow shape here just to see the connection. If you would like to play around with it as well, you can also choose it here. But for this exercise on this canvas, I don't think we need to do this. But for the future use of your own projects, you can also try to play around with this as well. And this one is the icon. The icon is, you know, sometimes when you don't want to write something for too long, you just want to say something very simple, you can also try to use the icon. And if you want to mark some significant information here, you can also like put this icon on as well. For example, if I would like to add this, I can also do it here. For example, if the follow-up test is good and everybody is happy, you can play around with it. For example, you can delete it as well. And then the next one is the framework. So this one, for the purpose of this exercise, we don't want to add too much of the tables because it's going to be a little bit confusing. So we'll keep it for maybe for the future projects. But if you want to play around with it, this is how I added this framework here and there. So by using this option. So they have many options, it's free to use as well. And this is for the photos. For example, if you want to add some photos that you have taken from your visit at the quarantine center and you want to show it to your colleagues, you can also try to add this element as well. You can add some photos. For example, this is the photo. We went to see a student at school and I would like to show to your colleagues. You can also do this. There we go. You can also delete it. And then this is the option where you can share your file on here. For example, if you have like the Word file, Excel, or something that you want to share on Canvas, you can also do this as well. And for those of you who have the drawing option, for those of you who are using this, platform on your tablet, on your iPad, and you want to play around with it, like by drawing something, you can also do it as well. I think it's a little bit confusing because not all of us are using tablets, so I think it would be a little bit our place when things are not organized. So I think for the sake of this exercise, we can just try with the simple options. Okay, so that pretty much it for the first sections of this training. So just to go through the basic feature of this platform. And then the next one that we are talking about is basically just to go through this map and try to understand what needs to be included when you are filling in information. So, so the purpose of this exercise is to understand the journey of from the border to the quarantine center. So what are the information that has been missing? So sometimes we've been hearing lots of things going on, but how can we cross-check, and how can we provide some elements is actually useful for the process of understanding about the quarantine center and things that's going on. So I have put it here. The purpose of this exercise. So first of all, is to define the situation, to understand firsthand from the person who's actually lived there, for the person who's actually managed the situation. And then I have developed actually 4 personas. So the first one is for those who have returned from Laos, migrant workers who have returned to Laos from neighboring countries. And the second canvas is for the professional returnee, mostly foreigners or expat, or just left the country and would like to return, for the work purpose. And the next one is a Laos student or other profession who return from abroad. And then the last one is for border control staff at the border. So as you can see here, there are 4 stages that need to be explained, especially from the experience map. So the first one is the step and descriptions about what is going on at that point. What are the steps that they need to go through? If possible, maybe explain and provide description. And then next is the feeling. How do they feel at that moment? What are the feelings arising at that moment when they arrive at the borders, or maybe at the test center, or maybe at the quarantine centers? And then the pain point. What are the things that frustrated them, or maybe something that they're concerning about? And then what would be the opportunity for intervention, for example? Okay. And then you can put the information here from each stages. Same as this one and this one. And then the last one. The last one is a little bit spatial because we are only focused on the border and the transportation. This is for the border staff control. So for example, our colleagues from UNODC or IOM, so if they have discussed with their counterpart, the government counterparts, and maybe a follow-up call or something, this is the thing that they should probably focus on, maybe the elements of border and transportation. All right, so I think that was it for the session. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'm happy to be explaining more about this feature. But at this moment, so I hope this is clear, and thank you so much for your attention.